how are you, my class 7 English version students? Today I also start our new topics, and our new chapter is chapter 5, and this chapter is also maybe most interesting chapter, and this chapter's name is Digestive System and Blood Transportation. First, what is digestive system and what is digestion? The biochemical process by which large complex, insoluble, unabsorbable food substances breaks into absorbable, soluble, simple elements in the presence of enzymes and hormones is called the digestion. First, the food substances breaks into a simple soluble form, and then they are diffused through the cell membrane and then enters the cell Lastly, the digestion of the systems also transport the blood transportation of the system and then different parts of the body. Here this definition is maybe so very big. Today I also give you that also explain the digestion, and our next topic is digestive system. Here everyone please open the book and page number 46. Here, what is the digestive system? The system that takes parts in digestion is called the digestive system. First, cell. We also know what is the cell and cell organelles. I just draw the cell. First, cell also draw the. Here, this is the cell. First cell is the. Please, everyone. Cell is the smallest unit of physiological functions. Every cell needs food and oxygen to remain alive. Please everyone give the underline. Every cell needs food and oxygen to remain alive. Few useless and harmful substances are produced during metabolic activities. Here the digestive system, another process is metabolic activities. The removal of such substances is very much essential. So, interrelationship of different systems is necessary. Blood circulation system performs this function. I also explain this. The food digestion also transport from the blood and also different parts of the body. Please everyone turn the page and page number next. Name is lesson 1. Our first headline is digestion of food. Food is necessary to remain alive. What are the foods that we take? Why do we take food? Let us try to understand them through following questions and answers. We also give you the 5 questions. 1 number questions is, what are the necessities of food in our body? What are the necessities? Basically, our keep body to strong and healthy, and also protect our body from any diseases. Is it not? Second is, what are the main 3 types of foods? We know in the previous class, in the main 3 types of foods are, first is carbohydrates. How can we get from carbohydrates? Rice, potatoes. And second is the proteins. How can we get from proteins? Again also egg, meat, milk, etc. Third is the fat or fatty acid and glycerol. We also take these foods also from ghee, butter, etc. Third question, how do 3 types of foods meet our physical demand? What are the necessities of vitamins and mineral salts? 5 and last question is, why are indigestible fibrous food necessary? Fibrous food. Have you any idea about the fibrous food? Yes, also roughage. Another name is roughage. In what type of foods are they found? You have learned the answers of the questions in the previous class 6, chapter number 13. We will know about the changes of food that occur in our body. This question is also first answer. We take food through our mouth. Here I also draw the figure. We take this is the buccal cavity or the mouth. Okay, and after swallowing, we don't see the food. After few hours, food is digested and converted into simple ingredients that the body can absorb. Lastly, the food we get the food finally it also the absorbed. Undigested and useless materials are expelled as fecal matter. We do not have any control on the change that occur inside the body. In a healthy body, these jobs are done in usual course. We can see only taking of food through mouth and expelling fecal matter through anus. Here I also draw the anus with the expelling these foods. Okay? And the anus. What changes happen to the foods in between these two activities? The group of organs that take part in bringing these changes are called digestive system. Another answer is, what is the digestive system? Again I also repeat, the group of organs that take part in bringing these changes are called digestive system. The digestion of food that we take starts from the buccal cavity. Here I also draw the buccal cavity. What changes happen in the buccal cavity that we can observe by performing the following experiment? Our first experiment is experiment 1, was. First experiment. This experiment needs two students. Put toast biscuits or dry bread or boiled potatoes or rice into the mouth of one student and tell him to chew for some time and keep it inside the mouth without swallowing. Ask the other student to absorb the activities or observe the activities. Then the second student will repeat the same activities and the first student will observe the activities of the first student. Now both of them will jointly answer the following questions. Here I also give 6 questions. First question, which parts of buccal cavity moved while chewing foods? Which parts? Basically saliva, yes, or teeth and tongue. Did the biscuits and dried bread show changes with inside the mouth? Yes, should be changed. Third is, after chewing, did any change occur in taste? Yes, maybe sweet types taste. Fourth, what types of food constitutes are there in bread and biscuits? Maybe these are the carbohydrates, breads and biscuits. Which part of our body move during swallowing foods? Basically, 2 parts. One is teeth and another is tongue. 5. After swallowing, where do the foods go? Observe how it moves. After swallowing, then it goes to the esophagus, and second is the stomach. Third is the small intestine, and is the large intestine, and the finally is go to the anus. Okay, it's I just draw the esophagus system or the digestive system. Here our another lesson 2, saliva and enzymes. What is saliva and what is enzymes? Basically saliva and enzymes helps our foods to the swallowing and chyme types structure. Again, please everyone see the books, saliva and enzymes. You like sweets very much and 1 plate of rasgulla. Sweetmeat is kept in front of you. Could you feel any change in your mouth? Could you feel the presence of some liquid substances like water inside your mouth? Basically, this is also the another name is saliva or amylary structure. And wash your right hand carefully with soap. Take some fluid from your tongue with your clean finger. What is its color? Let us compare the following with what we have learned from the above experiment. We take food through our mouth. I also another experiment. First is we take food through our mouth. We start chewing with teeth after taking it inside the mouth. The tongue stirs the food so that it is chewed well. The food mixes up with saliva inside buccal cavity. Saliva is basically colorless fluid. So we also another structure, we know that saliva is the colorless fluid. Saliva is secreted from the salivary gland. It is also the another structure is endocrine gland situated at the backside of the tongue. Saliva has a special role in digestion. It makes food slippery and help to swallow. Saliva contains one type of enzymes. Maybe you are thinking, what are the enzymes is? Please everyone learn carefully what is enzyme. Basically enzyme is such a material that mixes with food and helps the reaction but does not take part in it and remains unchanged. Another structure is the enzymes work well up to a certain temperature. Please everyone take this the marks. The enzymes work well up to a certain temperature. Third is enzymes perform definite and specific functions such as trypsin acts only on proteins. Enzyme present in saliva turns starch into sugar, maltose. Our first structure is from the carbohydrate is the maltose. Here I also write this maltose. Where we get from the maltose? Maltose is come from the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate or another name is starch. When we eat rice, then we get from the starch, and starch is the bound or link is very strong link. When the saliva what that first structure is going to the maltose. Okay, do you remember? That's it. For this reason, when carbohydrates are chewed and kept inside the mouth, it tastes sweet. This another name is maltose. When we feel sweets, it also come from the maltose. Tongue helps us to swallow food materials. From the last portion of the mouth, two pipes grow inside the body. This pipe-like structure is called oesophagus. Where is the oesophagus? I also show this. This one pipe and two pipe. One pipe is oesophagus and another pipe is respiratory pipes. We also know that the oesophagus is also a another structure. Oesophagus. Okay. From the last portion of the mouth, two pipes grow inside the body. This pipe-like structure is called oesophagus. Food and water reach the stomach through this pipeline. Please everyone see another structure. This structure is stomach and also a very small bag, stomach. And stomach is food and water reach the stomach through this pipeline. How the foods get into the stomach? Our another experiment, do yourself. Take one marble and a piece of rubber pipe. Take care that the size of the marble is not bigger than the width of the pipe. Push the marble into the pipe. Now press at the backside of the marble. It will move forward through the pipe. Similarly, food moves forward through the oesophagus. The oesophagus, everyone, again the page number 48. Oesophagus has ring-like muscles. Ring-like muscles. Here I also draw this structure is ring-like muscles. Here the ring-like muscles. When marble is get there, then this structure going to this step. When the marble is there and then it also is straight and it also a round shape. Okay, and its another name is peristalsis. Here these muscles expand and contract. Muscles posterior to food material contract and muscle interior to food expands. Again I repeat, muscle posterior to food material contract and muscle interior to food expands. So two words we also remember there. First is contract and another is expand. This expansion and contraction is called peristalsis. Please everyone marks this. What is peristalsis? The expansion and contraction is called peristalsis. As a result, food materials gradually reach to the stomach. Here, dear student, I also give you the only short brief about the digestive system, and we have an idea what is saliva, what is the enzyme, what is the digestive system and digestive organ. Thank you today.